So thank you. That first tune was called Rockin' with Frosty. A little medley of some Christmas carols you've probably heard before. The next piece we're going to play is an older Percy Faith tune that you may recognize. You can certainly look it up on YouTube. It was a little older than me, and so I had to. But it's called Brazilian Sleigh Bells. We hope you enjoy it. All right, thank you. Piece is kind of fun to play. Very interesting, had that Latin feel to it. The last piece we're going to play for you tonight is a very interesting piece by Robert W. Smith, a very prolific band composer. It's called The Runaway Sleigh. If we do this correctly, it sounds like the sleigh's running away. It doesn't sound like we're crashing into things. Okay, so hopefully you can tell what we're doing. Yeah, and it's The Runaway Sleigh. Runaway sleigh, runaway sleigh, runaway sleigh. Runaway sleigh, runaway sleigh. Runaway sleigh, 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 runaway sleigh, runaway sleigh. Runaway sleigh,
Hello?
Okay, that first tune we did was Carol of the Bells / Green Sleeve, as you can tell. And it was just if you're a fan of Glee, it was a mashup of the two Christmas carols. I think that was a very cool tune. Personally, our next tune is a transcription from a choral piece by John Rutter, and it is entitled Candlelight Carol. you very much. Now I'd like to talk about a few students, a few wonderful students. This past Monday we took 111 students to try out for the all-region bands, and I'm not sure the number that we placed in the bands, but I know that we have one here on stage, Mr. Brian Gray. He made the all-region band on tenor sax. This takes a lot of hard work and practice. This is a great accomplishment. Thank you. The next student I want to recognize, well, it's not really a recognition as much as, well, we have a couple. I'm not, is that him back in the door? We have a couple of students that have auditioned for and received contracts for drum and bugle corps this summer. One is, I think, Zach Baker. Is that you in the doorway? He's back there in the doorway. He has got a contract with the Spirit of Atlanta. And Alex Downs. And Alex Downs, back there in Barry Sax, he earned a contract with the Troopers. So, and those of you who don't know what drum corps is, it's a professional marching band done in the summertime without woodwind. So it's all brass and percussion and color guard, which Alex is marching color guard and Zach is marching brass. That being said, it is not cheap. Okay? To help offset the cost, they are trying to raise their own funds, i.e. they have in the back table, some of you may have already seen it, they have a table set up to sell Christmas tree ornaments, and they have the little red balls they have that you can personalize them. They also have these like super cool looking stars that they have made out of old church hymnals. Is that what it is? Yeah. So very cool. So if you're in the market for some Christmas items, please feel free to stop back at this table and see them about helping them in their cause to march drum corps this summer. They would greatly appreciate that very much. Okay, our final selection of, the final selection of our performance is an arrangement of a 16th century carol, also a choral piece. Now, 16th century, this was sung back, by monks in the monasteries. So, I hope you enjoy Gotta Take.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate you coming here. This is the Princeton High School Wind Ensemble. That first tune we played for you, as you see from the program, is it's a piece called Jingle Bell Fantasy. It's probably about 60, 70 years old. It's been around that long. I've played it at numerous times, about every 4 or 5 years. I say we got to pull out Jingle Bell Fantasy and play it a little bit. I think it's just fun to play Jingle Bells. And you know, Mrs. Brewer says it's not Christmas time if you don't hear a beginning band play Jingle Bells in Q minor. And this isn't quite Q minor, but it's in a lot of different styles. Did a little begin in there, a little swing, rock and roll and everything. So waltz. So it's kind of fun. The next tune we're going to play for you is a new one that I found by a composer that we really like, Sam Hazo. He lives in Pennsylvania, I believe, and had a friend who was having a child, and his father was so excited about that granddaughter being born, and started to, actually, I don't know if he retired or changed his job or whatever, but he became a Santa Claus. He decided, I've got a granddaughter now, I'm going to be Santa Claus. And literally, he became Santa Claus. He got a job as Santa Claus, and got a job in a mall in Pittsburgh as Santa Claus. And was so excited that he was away for a few weeks to be doing the Santa Claus gig, and started to get ill. And the family was really excited because he was about to come home, and he decided he wouldn't go to the doctor until he got back home for the Thanksgiving holidays. And his wife, she took flight to Pittsburgh to ride home with him in the car after his last night of Santa Claus. And when she arrived in Pittsburgh, he picked her up, and they, I think, prepared to leave the next morning. And within about 2 hours of her arrival, he passed away. He had a severe heart attack. And Mr. Hazo wrote this piece, Whisper to Their Souls. He based it on green sleeves. I think you're going to hear that throughout, but it's really masked in there a lot of times. But there was a title to a poem that he thought was very interesting and had a great message. And I have to read his words because it makes so much more sense. The first stanza of the poem, I believe it's called A Valediction Forbidding Mourning, is as virtuous men pass mildly away and whisper to their souls to go, while some of their sad friends do say, the breath goes now, and some say no. The entire poem speaks of two people who say goodbye, but have love between them that is so refined and absent from each other, it has no effect on their emotion. And this is the message that he wanted to convey. The kids have really enjoyed this piece of music. Whisper to Their Souls. Whisper to Their Souls by Sam Hazo. that last one, Whisper to Their Souls, just very emotional. Really enjoyed that. The next one is just pure fun. Pass that to the kids when they saw the title. They knew they loved it immediately and they hadn't played a note. Yeah, they all have seen the movie, and probably you have too. So hopefully, it sounds like a little bit from the movie. It's a neat little arrangement of Tim Burton's, or some of the selections from Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas. Thank you very much. Before we play our last number, I would like to, as Mr. Kennan did before me, recognize a few students. As he said, we had about 100 students try out for the All-Region Band on Monday. And we placed 30 students in the All-Region Band, and so a lot of them are here. Stand up if you made the All-Region Band. There were a few of them who were in the symphonic band. One of them we forgot to recognize him. His name is Oscar Valdivia. He's still at this. Now, if they place high enough in the all-region band, they could be selected to move on to the area round, which is actually straight up audition for the all-state band. And it's very tough. It's tough to get there, but once you're there, it is tough to get out of area to the all-state band. Of course, that's what it would be. But we did have 9 students. One of them was Brian Gray, who we recognized from the symphonic band. But we had 8 more here in the concert band. If you made it to area and get to try out for all-state. Congratulations to these students. It is a lot of hard work, and it's a lot of perseverance. There are those days where sometimes you pick up the horn and you want to break it over your leg after a few minutes because it just gets frustrating. And but they stuck with it and kept working harder and harder and continuing to excel and be successful. And we're so proud of them and so hopeful for them and wish them the best of luck in January when they go try out for All-State. The last tune we're going to play for you is a new one that we've never done before, and it was very interesting. I think you'll enjoy it. It's called An American Christmas. You'll hear some marches mixed in with some Christmas tunes, and kind of like Jingle Bell Fantasy, you'll get to hear some different styles played in these Christmas carols. So it's not just the same straight up Jingle Bells or whatever. You're going to hear some Sousa marches, you're going to hear some different styles, and I think you'll really enjoy it. Thank you for coming tonight, and American Christmas.